자, 반갑습니다 여러분. 드디어 인터뷰 시간이 돌아와서 인터뷰 비디오를 사실 한 달에 한 번씩 올려야지 우리 멘토링 프로그램에 하는 학생들은 한 달에 한 번씩 미팅을 하니까 그래 놓고 비디오를 찍고 거기 고객들께 올려주고 이 유튜브에 올리는 거를 따로 편집을 할 고민을 이게 다른 비디오 아이디어들이 너무 많아가지고 막 그거를 찍다 보니까는 인터뷰를 잠깐 2달 동안 까먹고 있었네. 오늘 2편을 따라잡을 예정이야. 자, 그 중에 한 명이 코넬 Electrical Engineering and Computer Science 전공. 그러니까 이게 꽃 중에 꽃이야. 공대 들어가기가 힘들었고 공대 들어가기 연락 요즘에 최고. 근데 거기에서 또 더블 E 플러스 컴퓨터 사이언스니까 가장 고엑기스 그거를 전공한 여자 학생분 되시겠죠. 조금만 2년 3년 전에 졸업 2022년 그러니까 2년 전에 졸업하셔서 아주 지금 재학생은 아니지만 그래도 최신이니까 한번 얘기를 들어보고 여러분들이 뭔가 배울 점 나랑 비슷한 거 아니면 나랑 완전히 다른데 나도 저 길로 가고 싶으면 어느 정도는 참고해야겠는데 이런 아이디어들을 좀 얻었으면 해서 비디오를 올려보려고 합니다. 참고로 여러분들 이게 어느 순간부터 우리가 자막이 없어서 그걸 좀 이해를 해줘. 쏘리 죄송합니다. 조금 여유가 되면 돌아오도록 하겠는데 지금은 급한 대로 일단 러 인터뷰 비디오들을 편집을 해서 올리도록 하겠습니다. 여러분들 관심 있게 봐주시고 마음에 들면 좋아요도 누르시고 다음에 또 계속 다른 아이비리그들 또 탑 학교들 학생들 계속 인터뷰한 것들을 모아 오려고 하니까 응원의 메시지 잘 부탁드립니다. 인터뷰 한번 들어보자. 시작.
Hi, my name is Kaylee. I am 22 years old, and I attended Cornell University, specifically the College of Engineering.
Cool. What year did you graduate?
I graduated in December 2020, so I graduated one semester early.
Okay. What did you study in college? Specifically, what major?
I studied electrical and computer engineering, which is one major that deals with both electrical engineering and computer engineering.
I have a question related to that. Is that what you applied as in high school, or did you change major in college?
Yes, so I applied as an electrical engineering major to most of the colleges I applied to. At
Okay.
Cornell specifically, it is the electrical and computer engineering program, and you didn't have to necessarily stick with whatever you applied with, but I just happened to.
Okay, that makes sense.
Mhm.
Next question. This is random question. I feel really sort of stupid asking this question to everyone. But what do you like best about your college?
I think the thing I liked most about Cornell was the diverse people I was exposed to. So I met so many people that made made so many friends who weren't just in my major or even the engineering college. And it was actually a huge reason of why I chose to go to Cornell over like a specifically tech school. Also with Cornell specifically, the campus is so beautiful and you just really learn to appreciate like the sunshine and the nice weather when it does happen.
That's surprising. You forgot to mention about snow and snow days and all that.
Yes, it does snow a lot, but because it's so cold and gloomy most of the time, you really like see everyone outside taking advantage of the nice days.
Yep, that makes sense. Okay, let's talk about applications. Back in high school, what were the colleges you applied to and what are the colleges you were accepted to?
So I applied to 8 schools, Princeton, Columbia, Brown, University of Pennsylvania, Cornell, Berkeley, specifically the EECS program, Georgia Tech, and University of Florida, which was my state school.
Mhm.
And I got into Cornell, Georgia Tech, and the University of Florida.
Okay, cool. What school did you apply as early decision or early action?
I applied to Princeton Early Action, but I also applied early to Georgia Tech and UF.
Okay. Were you deferred or rejected from Princeton?
I was deferred from Princeton, but rejected eventually.
Yeah, that happens to most people. I
Mhm.
guess.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, next question. Tell us a little bit about your high school. Well, where did you go to high school?
So for high school, I went to a public magnet school in Florida called Stanton College Preparatory School.
Okay.
This was like one of the top public schools in Florida, and you had to apply to get into the school, but it was mostly based on grades, and also you had to write one essay. So at my school, there's 2 tracks, like the honors program and then the IB program. I was in the IB program, but I took mostly AP classes, even though they prepared us for other things for the IB, such as like the extended essay, or we had to take a theory of knowledge class.
Cool. Got you. It was a big switch from Florida to Ithaca, New York.
Yes, weather-wise,
Weather-wise.
very different.
No kidding. Now, did your high school rank students? What were your rankings like?
So my rank was number 5 out of 327 students who graduated.
Jesus. Oh, that's awesome. What
Yeah.
about GPA? Do you remember what your GPA was from high school?
I had an unweighted 4.0, so I made all A's in high school. My weighted GPA, which combines or takes into account like the AP classes, was a 4.92.
Okay, weighted. Now, you said you got all A's even from freshman year in high school.
Yes.
everything, right?
Yes.
Makes sense.
My class was very competitive, but it was like friendly competition. So actually, like almost the top 10 students had all A's. So the ranking was really dependent on the weighted classes you took.
자, 여러분 여기쯤에서 이제 AP를 몇 개를 들었어? AP 학교인데 IB도 섞어서 진행을 하는 학교야. 뭐 이게 좀 여기서부터 이제 복잡해져 보니까 좀 집중해서 들어봐. 근데 토탈 AP 시험은 몇 개를 받고 AP를 몇 개 받냐는데 이게 Gifted and Talented School 이렇게 좀 영재학교, 특목고 비슷한 이런 학교 출신들은 숫자가 너무 많아. 참고로 여기에 기죽지 말고 일반적인 AP 학교의 기준으로는 한 10개에서 12개면은 괜찮다. 이렇게 막 수두룩하게 빡 이렇게 올라가는데 너무 나도 그렇게 해야지. 근데 많은 학교들이 이거 허용을 안 하거든. 이 고등학교는 9학년 때부터 들었어. 자, 근데 대부분의 9학년들은 AP를 수강조차 못하게 블락을 해놓는 고등학교도 많으니까 여러분들의 입장을 참고를 해서 한번 들어보시오. 그래서 나는 최대한 몇 개를 갈 수 있나? 오늘 기회를 한번 삼아서 계산을 한번 해보자. 여러분들 8개 갈 수 있니? 10개 갈 수 있니? 12개까지는 갈 수 있니? 이런 거 12학년 때까지 몇 개가 수강 신청이 들어갈까 한번 쌤을 해보는 것도 좋을 것 같아. 들어보자. Now, how many APs did you take in high school? If you can remember, elaborate. For example, if you can tell us how many APs you took in freshman year, sophomore year, junior, and senior year, so forth.
Sure. So in total, I took 19 AP exams. My freshman year, I took only one, which was AP World History. My sophomore year, I took, I think, 6, which was AP European History, AP Art History, AP Psychology, AP Human Geography, and AP Environmental Science. Actually, I took AP Human Geography online, which was why I was able to fit it into my curriculum. But I still took the AP exam that year. My junior year, I took also, I believe, 6 exams. So I took AP Calc AB, AP American History, AP Biology, AP Physics 1, AP Language, and AP Statistics. I also took AP Statistics online, but I took the exam with everyone else. And for my senior year, I took AP Calc BC, AP Bio, AP Physics 2, AP Physics C Mechanics, AP Physics C Electricity and Magnetism, AP Literature, and AP Microeconomics. Okay, hold on, let's clarify a little bit. So these are the exams you took in each year, but like how many, like a school subjects, school courses, how many school APs did you take in high school? So I took 17 classes,
and then
I did 17
online.
AP exams and 2 online. Yes.
Okay, that's a lot of AP courses.
And I had a lot of testing.
Okay, I have a question related to this. How many blocks, how many periods were you allowed in for each? Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yes.
No, if there are 7 blocks, 7 periods, and then like in junior year, senior year, it basically means you took all APs, nothing else. Is that true?
Yes.
So okay.
All of my classes senior year were AP exams, but I took a lot of physics exams, but they were all in 2 classes. So for the AP Physics C, there's 2 exams, but it's one AP Physics C class.
Okay,
And then for AP Microeconomics, that was only a 1 semester class. So the other semester, I took the Theory of Knowledge class for the IB program.
Okay. But you did end up taking 17, 18 APs overall.
Yes.
How do you manage time? That's something else we could ask you. Let's move on. What about the SAT or ACT? Which one did you take and what were your scores like? 자, 여기서 SAT 성적을 물어봤는데 옛날 시험을 본 거야. 그러니까 요번에 또 바뀌는 거 전에 7년 전 사이클일 때 봤던 마지막 고 사이클의 마지막 테스트를 봤대. 그게 2400 만점이야. 그러니까 리딩 800, 라이팅 800, 매스 800이던 800, 800, 800, 2400 만점인 시험 성적이었던 스케일에서 본 거거든. 그게 최근까지 어떻게 바뀌었냐면 리딩과 라이팅의 800에 800에 나눠져 있던 걸 합쳐서 그냥 800이 된 것뿐이야. 그래서 1600 스케일을 가나 옛날에 리딩 800 따라놓고 라이팅을 800 넣는다는 비슷한 느낌이긴 한데 오버all 스코어가 얼마인지 이렇게 느낌적으로 보는 게 여러분들이 이해는 좀 더 쉬울 것 같아. 근데 몇 점 받았는지 보고 이 relative 우리가 얘기하는 막 연락 꼭대기 저기는 아니야. 거의 컷오프 라인을 맞춰주는 느낌이거든. 몇 점 받았는지 한번 얘기 들어보자.
So I took only the SAT and I took that 2 times. My highest raw score was a 2190, but I was able to super score to a 2240. Okay, it was 2400 scale back then. Yes, I was the last year to have the old exam.
Looks like it. But when did this happen? Did you get this highest score in your junior year or senior year or earlier? When did you take this?
I took it the fall semester of my senior year.
Okay, so almost the very last second.
Yes. Right, okay. Starting in the spring, they had switched over to the 1600.
Oh, okay. You're right in the, okay. Got you. Let's talk about recommendation letters you got from high school, right? Which subject teachers did you ask for recommendation letters?
So the first one I asked was from my calculus BC teacher. I had him for Calc BC and AP, so for 2 years, and we had a good relationship. And because I was like a strong student in the class and I really enjoyed the subject, I thought he would be a good person to ask a recommendation from. The second teacher I asked from, I had essentially for all 4 years of high school. He was my AP art history teacher, my great books teacher, which was a like freshman required class, and he was also my advisor for the extended essay. And I felt like we had a really strong connection, and he was very observant of how I've grown as a student and what my strengths and weaknesses were because we had been in communication for all 4 years of high school.
Cool. Were you close to your college guidance teacher as well?
I was not. So I actually only had maybe a couple conversations with her just to let her get to know me. But other than that, I don't think I was in communication with her very much.
Okay, gotcha. What about extracurricular activities? What sort of extracurricular activities did you do back in high school, in school or outside of school? Can you tell us a little bit about 3 best activities?
자, 여기까지 오면서 궁금했던 건 칼리지 가이던스 티처의 그 서포트가 나를 얼마나 밀어주는지가 진짜 중요하거든. 자, 그래서 프린스턴이 잘 안 풀렸나? 다른 데가 잘 안 풀려. 근데 아이비리그 중에 공대 랭킹 제일 높은데 코넬이기는 해. 그래서 뭐가 어떻게 됐지? 그렇다고 막 SAT가 연락 최고 막 이건 아닌데 도대체 뭐가 스페셜한 something 스페셜이 있었을까 했는데 여기서 나온다. 좀 일반적인 케이스하고 프로필이 많이 다를 거거든. 그게 이 다른 그냥 공대를 막 찔러보는 후보자들보다는 이런 근사한 면이 있어서 오케이 요런 특이한 프로필을 가진 학생은 전체 중에서 얘밖에 없다. 요걸 선택하자. 뭐 이런 느낌으로 간다. 이렇게 스토리를 좀 이해를 해도 편하거든. 한번 들어봐봐. 어떤 특별 활동들이 있었는지.
So I was involved in a lot of extracurriculars, but I think the ones I was most involved in was my Latin club. I was on the Curtamen team, which is kind of like a Scholar Bowl quiz team, but for Latin. The next thing I did was I was on the rock climbing team. This wasn't part of my school, but to a local like climbing gym in my home city. And I was on that team for 3 years. And then I was also part of a multicultural club, which did like performances to demonstrate different cultures. And so I was on the martial arts team for that for 2 years.
Cool. There's a consistency there, right? Martial arts and rock climbing. Now, the rock climbing, your high school didn't have that activity?
It was not part of the high school like sports team,
Okay.
but it was something that I did on my own outside of school.
Were you good at it? Like, was there
Yeah,
like a tournament and competitions as well?
Yeah, so it was a competitive rock climbing team, and so I did compete like locally, regionally, and also divisionally, which I think was like the southern and eastern part of the United States.
Awesome.
But,
Huh.
yeah.
Well, did you ever consider getting a recommendation letter from that coach? You probably had a coach there too, right?
Yes, so I did get 2 recommendation letters from non-school teachers
Right.
just to supplement my application.
Mhm.
So the first one was my rock climbing coach, and the second one was my piano teacher, who I had for maybe like 7 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Gotcha. Let's move on. Next question. Did you have any internship or independent research project that were related to your choice of study prior to applying to college?
전체 비디오를 다 올리고는 싶으나 이게 18분짜리 인터뷰인데 유튜브에다 다 올리지도 못하고 우리 또 컨설팅 프로그램 하는 학생들과 일부는 차별화를 둬야 되는 거 항상 언제나 얘기만 여러분들 너그럽게 이해해 주시고 자 이런 데에서 그래도 하나 2개 정도 내가 뭔가 느끼는 바가 있으면 여러분들은 성공한 거야. 그런 또 목적을 가지고 내가 이런 걸 또 공개를 하는 거니까 여러분들 참고만 해주시고 특이한 좀 프로필이지 개인 프로필이나 퍼스널리티 스코어는 진짜로 높았다. 아카데믹한 거가 막 우리가 맨날 신경을 쓰는 막 공부해라 테스트 다 맞아라 뭐 해라 막 이런 것보다는 이쪽에서 꽤 상승을 시켜주고 personality qualification, personality evaluation 들어가는 그 인성평가 쪽에서 거의 압도를 해버리는 후보자 이런 것들이 성공하기에 훨씬 쉬운 길이고 훨씬 나도 추천을 하는 길이거든. 그래서 이런 후보자도 한번 소개를 해봐줘야겠다라는 생각을 했었지. 자, 선생님 또 인터뷰 녹화도 열심히 해가지고 여러분들과 공유를 하러 찾아오고 여러분들 여름방학 끝나가나 이 비디오가 언제쯤 올라갈래나 모르겠네요. 여름방학 전에 올라갈래나 하여튼 화이팅 하시고 공부 마무리 학교 마무리 학기 마무리 잘하고 또 방학 즐겁게 하지만 뭔가를 좀 준비는 해야 되는데 너무 진짜 정신줄 놓고 그냥 방학이기 때문에 놀 수는 없어. 나는 꽤 준비를 하고 쉬엄쉬엄 쉬는 게 방학이다라고 생각을 한다 여러분. 참고만 해서 들어. 자 선생님 다음 비디오에서 올게. 바이바이.